Oh, hey, y'all not tired? I just got one question. Are we not tired of the Switch Pro and Switch 2 rumors? Because it seems like they happen every 2 weeks. And we've been talking about Switch Pro and Switch 2 rumors since the original Switch came out. And of course, we know that games have been coming out and folks have been complaining that it's not strong enough. It's finally time for a refresh. Multiple tweets, multiple people on Twitter, most of the YouTube community is very adamant when they say that it is time for a Switch reset. But what do y'all think? This is a discussion board about, is it finally time for a Switch Pro? Is the Switch really in trouble? And what's next? Do you want a Switch Pro or Switch 2? And this is a discussion board, so with these videos, I love to give my opinion, but also I want to hear what you have to say in the comments, because I will be talking with you in the comments as well. And I want you to go amongst the other people in the community and let's have a good discussion about whether the Switch or the Switch 2 is needed, and is the Switch in trouble? I don't think so, and let me tell you why. The reason that this is being brought up again is because Digital Foundry claims that the Switch Pro is real, but it got canceled. That's my question. How do you know? How do you even know? But it was due for a mid-refresh around the time that the pandemic hit around 2020, and they just scrapped it because of things that was going on. Like, I understand where that point of view comes from, because if you remember, we got the DS, we got the DS Lite, the DSi, and multiple things, which people complained about. Then we got the 3DS and the 2DS and the 3DS XL and the 2DS XL. There were multiple versions of the hardware, but only one of those really were a stronger system, and that was the new Nintendo 3DS. In my opinion, I don't know if we're giving it the same amount of time that we're giving other companies. I think now we should be looking for a new system, because console generations usually last about 6, 7, 8 years. And technically this is still part of the generation where the Wii U, the PS4, and the Xbox One is a part of it, because we all know that the Wii U failed. And this was pretty much a recovery for that system. And speaking of the Wii U, I think the reason that this rumored Pro system isn't out or the Switch 2 isn't out yet, is because they don't want to make that same mistake. If you remember, the Wii U really was not a bad system, but at the time, the Wii U was marketed very horribly. Nobody knew what it was. We thought it was a Wii Plus, we thought it was the same system, so a lot of people didn't get it because they're like, oh, I already got a Wii at home, why would I buy that? And remember, the Wii was selling as well as the Switch is right now, and people were just confused about what it offered. And also, the Wii's console lineup was a little bit weak to start off, and over the years, the third-party support dwindled. The games came out less frequent, so I don't think Nintendo wants to make that mistake again. So do I feel that this time? Yes, I do, but I don't feel that it's time for it to be rushed. And I know people are gonna say, with the performance issues, and the main game that they're trying to use for that is Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. And we've talked about this already. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is not a Nintendo Switch issue. It's a Game Freak issue. And if the Switch 2 came out and the Switch Pro came out, the same problems would exist. And that's just a result of Game Freak being on a time crunch, having to be held to the Pokemon Company standard of getting these games out in time for merchandise, anime, and toys. It's always in a rush. And they also made 2 games this year. So that's not a Nintendo Switch problem. If you look back, most first-party games that Nintendo make run very well. Even some third-party ports run well, but Breath of the Wild launched on the Switch and the Wii U and was nowhere near as problematic as Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Splatoon 3 is a steady 60 frame per second game, and while there are some things that's wrong with it, like the internet problems, like dropping out and comm errors, they are not as frequent as they used to be, and that's also an issue that they just need to fix on that side. But I don't believe that is a Switch issue. Do we need a new Switch? I don't know. Are they in trouble? I don't think they're in trouble, because the system is still selling. And again, from a business point of view, if your system is still selling, why would I rush out a new system to come out and possibly fail? And that's what happened with the Wii U. So in my opinion, it is coming around that time to be looking forward to a new system. Maybe 2024, 2025, and hopefully it's just the next Switch, the Switch 2 or the Super Nintendo Switch or whatever, not an updated Switch Pro or Switch model. I think it'll be the next thing, but it needs to be backwards compatible. It needs to have stronger graphics. Me personally, I don't need 4K 120 frames per second. It just needs to be a steady 60 frames 1080. It needs to run well. The hardware needs to be good because for the most part, Nintendo games run well. And again, that's why I say that Nintendo's not in trouble because the games that they focus on making run well. The Nintendo first party games always run well with a couple problems here and there, but the big problem is for other developers trying to make games on this system. So do you think that the Switch needs a reboot, a refresh? Do you think it's time for a new system? Let me know in the comment section. But again, I think we just need to chill out on the Nintendo Switch Pro and Switch 2 rumors. Enjoy what we have. And now there are so many games out on the Switch that's fun to play. The Switch is still selling by the numbers. We haven't got the numbers for December yet, but I imagine that they are great. But the Switch will still sell, and once it really just starts to dwindle and it's not selling anymore, then I can see it's time for a Switch 2 or the next successor of the Nintendo Switch. But even when systems get to their older date, they tend not to be discontinued right away. The PS4 just got discontinued in 2021 and it came out in 2013. The Switch only came out in 2017. We got an OLED model a year or two ago. So I think we still got time. My opinion is to enjoy the games that you have right now. We got plenty to play. And when the Switch 2 or the Switch successor comes out, let's have fun with it and hope that it's good. But that's all from me. Again, let me know how you feel in the comment section. I appreciate y'all for watching. Y'all have a good one and much love for the next video. And also thank y'all for getting me to 500 subscribers. It's been a hard road, but it's pretty fun. And then let me know in the comment section what type of videos y'all want to see and other discussions y'all want to have, because y'all make this channel what it is. And again, I appreciate you. Bye.